sky.
A tornado has been confirmed. Protect yourself from flying debris.
The weather. An uncontrollable force. Unlocking life. And unleashing chaos. As our planet heats up, the weather is getting more extreme.
Oh my God!
More terrifying.
That is insane.
We're gonna lose everything.
And even more catastrophic.
God damn it, go!
With incredible self-shot footage.
Golf ball sign failed!
It seemed like a war zone.
From the front line of fear.
The heat and the smoke, it was so intense.
We witness firsthand.
We can't stop the water. Water is the strongest force we have on Earth.
The wrath of Mother Nature.
Do you see flames from where you are right now?
In every direction, yes.
Large tornado!
From twisted tales of terror.
It looked like a bomb went off.
Earth-shattering natural disasters.
We didn't have time to get out.
We felt a huge earthquake.
And stories of sheer destruction.
It was sad. Like I've never seen the devastation with my own eyes.
We meet the people who have stared death in the face.
I was under the water and fighting for my life.
Absolutely crazy.
Oh my God! Oh my God, oh my God.
And survive the full force of the world's deadliest weather. Coming up, Hurricane Ida unleashes terror in New York City, leaving families trapped in flooded basements.
When I woke up and I was floating, just staring at the ceiling.
A lakeside resort turns into a pool of flames as wildfires engulf Northern California.
Go, man, go! Look at his fire right there! Please just fly!
I heard loud roar, roaring and crackling.
Oh my God! Go!
And an adventurer braves winter storms and hungry wolves in the Canadian Arctic.
Hearing them howling was, like, pretty deeply terrifying, actually.
Hurricanes, the most violent storm on Earth. Their most powerful weapon isn't the wind, but the aftermath of flooding. It's August 2021, and a Category 4 hurricane slams into the US and the state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida surges inland, moving northeast. 1,000 miles away is the city of New York. Ida merges with a wet and strengthening storm front. The stage is set for the mother of all rainstorms. September the 1st, and rain descends on New York City. Forecasters predict flash floods. 500 miles north in the state of Maine, Richard Peake sets off to visit his friend Wesley Pandy in New Jersey.
I told him, I says, well, there's this storm that's coming. Be up my house or my place before it gets really, really bad. Then all hell broke loose.
The remnants of Ida dump record-breaking rain on the state, flooding roads and homes. Pittstown, New Jersey, 7 miles north of Wesley's farm. On his way to see Wesley, Richard has driven into floodwaters and his truck has stalled.
Okay, the water's getting deeper. Like it's up to the bottom of my door. I might be getting flooded here in a little bit. I'm just gonna sit in here.
The water was getting faster and deeper very fast.
Richard calls his buddy Wesley.
I said, man, don't come out here. This is dangerous.
I said, well, it won't be that big a deal. I'm coming with a tractor and we'll get you out of there. All right, you ain't never seen water like I just seen. I've never seen water run like this.
Wesley braves the elements, driving to his farm to collect the tractor.
I'm gonna go rescue my buddy, R. Peak. He is stuck in Pittstown, New Jersey, a little bit worried.
Jeez Louise, that ain't good. All right now, I ain't liking it much. I ain't liking it much at all.
Very soon, there were trees coming down the road at me.
See, there's a tree going across the road right there. Y'all see how deep that is out there?
It went from being water there to being a river there to being rapids.
And good Lord, me and the big Dodge are in your hands right now. That's all I can say.
All I do is sit and look, and I'm looking, and there is no escape.
Oh, I think I feel water on my feet. Oh yeah, I got water in the floorboard now. I might have to climb up on the seat. Yeah.
Now I'm sitting in the truck, and the floor is wet.
I had never seen flooding like that in New Jersey, ever.
Wesley takes off on the tractor, heading for Richard, who's stranded 7 miles north.
My 49 years, I've never seen water in places that it's at. It's kind of crazy. I hope when I get to Richard that I'm able to pluck him out of that truck.
Meanwhile, in the city of New York,
Live in a basement, they say. It would be fun, they say.
water spills into basement apartments. The town of Cranford, New Jersey, receives 9 inches of rainfall. Janice Valley lives with her family 2 blocks from the river, and their basement is flooded.
The water was coming in through the windows, and there was just no stopping it. My concern was all of us just being safe. We just quickly tried to pick things up and save what we could.
I don't think there's a thing I can do. Not a thing I can do. I've seen videos of people being in situations like this. I never wanted to be one of them.
40 miles east, Richard's hoping for the best, but there's no sign of Wesley.
Richard's stuck in a low spot down here, and he says, it's up to the doors. I said, well, you just step off the damn, out of the truck and up into the tractor and let her go.
I could see the water getting higher and higher on the door.
I know one thing, I ain't gonna get in that water if I have to. If it gets up to the windows, I'll climb up on the roof of this thing.
At what point am I gonna have to climb out the window and climb on the back of the truck?
That means it's up over the fenders back there. That's not a good sign.
Richard is miles away from home with the floodwaters rising. He has no idea if Wesley will make it in time.
I was afraid.
Oh, Lord, I'm in your hands here.
In 2020, the state of California experienced its worst ever fire season, when more than 4.1 million acres burned. Lake Berryessa, the largest lake in Napa County, home to the popular tourist spot of Markley Cove. Couple Lee and Kathy Gray live close by, and both work there.
Lake Berryessa is a beautiful lake situated in the mountains. It's a man-made lake with a dam. There's lots of boating that goes on and fishing.
It's August 2020. And an unprecedented 12,000 lightning strikes spark wildfires throughout the state. Lee and Kathy take refuge by the lake at the now empty resort.
Smoke all around. It's just everywhere was smoke. It was crazy. We're safe. We're on the lake.
I could see the fire going across the horizon behind us. It seemed to be going across this way and not coming at us.
Kathy has to watch and wait, alone on the dock, while her husband Lee tries to secure what boats and equipment he can.
Flames. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
And noticed that there was flames that weren't there before from the opposite direction, like it was coming from 2 different directions.
Hundreds of separate fires are burning around them.
There's more smoke over there, and more smoke over there. Ugh. I hope our house survived.
Her home and her husband are in danger.
Oh my God, look at that. And it's coming down this side. That's this side of the freaking mountain. Oh my God, look at it.
There was flames coming over the hill then, and it was coming over from the opposite side of the houseboat, on the other side of the cove, coming over that mountain.
Kathy's surrounded.
That's like right there. Right there. Oh.
It was devastating the whole area.
I'm not liking this. How did that happen so fast?
It was starting to like scare me.
Looks like a volcano. Oh my God. Babe, I need you to come back. Where are you?
Lee's in the parking lot, seeing just how close it's getting.
There's flame right there. There it is. Look at that. I could see smoke coming over the mountains, and then I was starting to see flame.
They're engulfed by smoke and fumes from the fire.
Just getting ready to come over the mountain.
It was hot. It was hard to breathe.
On one side of the houseboat, and here we have on the other side. Okay, this guy is getting ready to come over the mountain.
On the other side of the water, the flames were reaching the main businesses.
Yeah, it's getting close to our store. That's when I told my boss, I said, I don't think we're gonna have a resort the next day. Man, that is getting bad. Oh, man.
Meanwhile, Kathy has reached breaking point.
No, I want out of here. Why isn't he back?
I just was kind of upset that he wasn't there for me so we could figure out what to do.
I could hear it.
I heard the crackling, and it was close, and I heard just loud roar, just roaring and crackling, and
oh my God! He better get his ass back here. I'm scared right now. I don't have any way to get in contact with anybody.
We were just sort of clueless of what was going on.
I gotta go find Lee.
Just in time, Lee's back with a boat so they can escape.
I felt a sense of huge relief when I saw him.
Get on.
You get in sort of this survival mode.
Oh my God. Go!
Everywhere was smoke. It was red. It was just like being in hell or something.
Go, man, go! Look at his fire right there! Just go, please, just drive!
We went out the cove and into the wider part of the mouth of the lake.
Are the cabins burning? Oh my God. So we were supposed to be in the cabin. I don't think so.
Lee and Kathy escape with their lives. 40 miles north, high winds blow the fire towards the city of Vacaville.
Fire's been notified.
Lieutenant Keith Hopper and Sergeant Mike Ferreira have very little time to evacuate the residents.
The flames were very intense. I could feel the heat.
Our goal was to notify as many people as possible.
This particular property had quite a long winding drive to the top of the property. So we get up to the top, and this house is a beautiful, beautiful home, and the lights were on inside.
No, you gotta go now. Let's go. Now.
Right behind your house.
You don't have time to carry your stuff. Let's go. Come on, man. We don't have time. You have got to go now. You have got to go now. Let's go.
You know, people are afraid. They don't know exactly what to do or where to go.
Come on, come on, come on. Okay, let's go.
It's difficult to sometimes try to convince people to leave their home and all their personal belongings.
Come on, let's go. Do not stay. Your house is not going to make it.
My thought was just to express the urgency that you have got to leave. You can't stay. You won't survive.
Quick right.
Copy 1731, thank you.
Maybe in
The officers are just north of the city, in a remote spot they don't know well.
This is an unfamiliar area for most of us. So this was an added effect of it being really smoky, flames, and having to, in an area that we just don't know about.
We're city police officers, not county or country police officers. So that was a little bit of a challenge.
Please knock on the doors and windows at every residence to make sure that nobody was there.
We're trying to evacuate people. We're also trying to visually keep an eye on the fire.
We need a hard notification on what's closed. What along Pleasant Valley is being cut off?
And it was really hard to tell just how close we were.
They continue working through the night. But it takes a full 6 weeks before the wildfire is contained. The lightning complex fires were composed of numerous wildfires sparked by lightning in August 2020. The blaze destroyed 375,000 acres, becoming one of the largest fires in Californian history. Kathy and Lee's home survived, but the Markley Cove Resort and its store are decimated.
Just a bunch of rubble. It's devastating. It looked like a different planet. We had to keep reminding ourselves where we were on the road, what part of the road we were on, because it just didn't look the same. Everything was just gone.
The actions of emergency services evacuating residents from the wildfire undoubtedly saved lives.
If those first responders had not taken on that task, I don't know what would have happened ultimately, but I'm certain some people would have perished in that fire.
Back in the Northeast, the remnants of Hurricane Ida have washed over the coastal states with unexpected intensity. The power of the storm dumps record-breaking rainfall on the city of New York.
Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order.
And for the first time in its history, the National Weather Service issue a flash flood emergency for the city. Public transport grinds to a halt. Floodwater breaks through platforms, threatening to wash commuters onto the line. Cars are submerged as streets turn into rivers. Water pours into buses, forcing drivers and their passengers to escape. The path of Ida includes New Jersey. Richard Peake is caught in raging floodwaters after driving to meet his friend Wesley.
That car there moved now. See that car right over there? He was facing the other way a while ago, so the This water's done moving him around.
I could see there were other people over there, and they were looking in my direction.
I got people standing over there, and they're worried about me. I can tell by the look, by their body language.
They were a good 50 feet away from me, and the water between us and them was raging.
I might be a little worried about me myself. There goes a tree down the river, look at that.
Tree, roots, and everything passed me on the right, which was the deeper side.
Gee, that's not good. I see that tree there.
How long can I continue to sit here before I have to get out and have to get on top of the truck? What's going to happen if I get out of the truck and the river washes me away? Well, I'm probably not going to live through that.
I don't want to make the 6 o'clock news tonight or anything like that.
This wasn't gentle water. It wasn't water to float on, it was water to die in.
Hang on now, hang on.
The likelihood of it being fatal was increasing, and that was scary.
Racing to the rescue is Richard's friend Wesley in his 12-ton tractor.
See a tractor throw water like that? I made the decision to come on down and head for Richard.
In flooded Cranford, New Jersey, Janice Valley's basement is flooded.
You see my son walking across the basement. He was walking upstairs.
Little does Janice know, pressure is building. Suddenly,
it sounded like an earthquake.
the basement wall has collapsed. Janice is in the room next door.
The water was so loud. You could just hear the water keep crashing, and all I could hear is my son screaming. The door had flown off the hinges, and that was my last recollection.
She is thrown across the room as water gushes in.
I woke up, and I was floating, just staring at the ceiling. Your whole life flashes before your eyes.
Janice is pulled to safety by her husband, and miraculously, the family escape unharmed.
I am so blessed to have survived. The fact that we all did is truly a miracle.
As the night wears on, emergency teams are struggling to find stranded motorists.
Get out of your car. I need you to get out of your car right now. Go towards my patrol car.
In the heart of central New Jersey is the township of Ewing, with a population of 36,000. Officer Justin Quinlan has been called to reports of motorists trapped in floodwaters.
19 Ewing, I'm on foot. Got a lot of people kind of calling for help.
I made my way through the water. There's just like a small little creek that kind of ran through that area.
All right, I'm coming.
All of the water, it just overflowed and just taken complete over.
You guys gonna be able to walk up there? Okay. Anybody else stuck over here?
They pointed to a spot over at the guardrail that was a little bit further down.
An elderly motorist is out of her vehicle and exposed to the full force of the water.
Just hold on, okay?
I saw she was just holding on to the railing. It was an elderly woman.
I'm trying to get over to her at the guardrail, but the water's moving way too fast.
I'd say she was in a pretty great deal of danger. I knew my heart was beating out of my chest, but I just knew I had to get to her.
I'm gonna try and go up and around.
So I just decided to try and trek across the water. I kind of just shuffled to make sure I kept some good footing. Once I got to where I could feel the curb and the guardrail closer to her, I knew that I had something to hold on to.
Hold on, dear. Don't move,, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118,
Okay. Your purse?
My purse is heavy.
You could tell she was, worn out. She put a lot of effort into holding onto that guardrail and holding onto that purse as well.
Are you injured right now?
No.
Okay, swing your leg up over this guardrail for me.
I had her kick her leg up over the guardrail and sit down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're just gonna straddle it.
Yeah.
Seat your butt down, nice and tight. Okay. Okay? This is gonna be our brace.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna hold on to this.
Okay.
I don't know what's moving with this water, so I don't want to try and walk across, okay?
Okay.
God forbid there's a big log that comes loose or something like that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
What I want to try and do is just stay here until they get here and they'll rescue us.
The current's too strong. Officer Quinlan's only option is to wait for backup.
I was really afraid that, something would sweep us out and then we'd both be in an even, a worse situation than we are already in.
Well, I'm not going to let you go anywhere now, okay?
Back in flooded Pittstown, the sound of a tractor.
I hear a big tractor coming. I bet that's him.
The sky kind of lit up with the lights on the top of his tractor.
He's coming in here like hell-bound for high water. I bet that's him.
What I didn't expect him to do is to drive straight into the river at full speed.
I know that's him. The crazy man.
The Canadian Arctic in the Yukon Territory. A vast, untouched wilderness where temperatures can drop to a minus 40 degrees Celsius. Ben Page from Yorkshire, United Kingdom. Adventurer, geographer, and filmmaker. 2014, Ben embarked on an epic challenge to cycle around the world solo.
I was 22 years old. I just graduated from university and I set off on this big long bike ride for a big adventure. I started at the very southern tip of South America in Patagonia and rode from there up to the very top of North America.
15 months into his journey, Ben reaches the city of Whitehorse in the Yukon Territory. It's late winter, and Ben plans to cycle the Canadian Arctic, where he will endure freezing temperatures and an unforgiving landscape.
I was very inexperienced, I'm from the UK, so we don't ever see snow in the UK really, never mind like very cold temperatures. So it really was kind of this big step into the unknown.
Ben's destination is the hamlet of Tuktoyaktuk and the frozen Arctic Sea, almost 2,000 miles north, a journey of 30 days.
The whole journey up in the Arctic was kind of spectacular, it was thrilling. I'd never been in a landscape quite as stark and beautiful and expansive as that.
He reaches the Dempster Highway, a lonely gravel road used by truckers heading to the far north.
Almost at the end of my first real leg. Started bottom of South America down there, and then somewhere in that big blue haze over there is the Arctic Ocean.
The conditions are tough, but Ben enters the small town of Fort McPherson on the banks of the Peel River.
Got chatting to some local people there, and they said, hey, you seem like you're after a bit of an adventure. There's a frozen river, and it's passable in winter, and if you want to go and ride it, we really recommend it.
The detour will take him down the frozen Peel River, a 280-mile journey, leaving him out in the open and exposed to the elements.
People saying that, well, the weather window is clear for the next 3 days, and then there's going to be a storm coming in. This route was going to take me 2 days, and the storm forecast was for 3 or 4 days ahead, so it really felt like there was not really too much risk.
As he sets off to cycle the frozen river, temperatures drop to a brutal minus 29 degrees Celsius.
There was just miles and miles, probably hundreds of miles of forests just spanning out. And there was a slight road that had been kind of carved into this river. Road is like a really loose term. It was kind of this thin little like patch of clear ice or compacted snow that I could follow.
But he's not alone in the wilderness.
Some local people there warned that there'd been a pack of wolves seen on the river a couple of days earlier. I've never really had many run-ins with wild animals, and I think that really started to get to me.
With the threat of wolves preying on his mind, Ben gets cold feet.
I'm so scared of this threat of wolves. And I don't know if I'm being completely irrational, but then the only person I can reason with is myself. And I'm just going around in circles, telling myself that it's fine and telling myself that no, I need to be careful. And just over and over again, just can't decide.
On top of the wolves, the weather's closing in.
So as this wind's picking up, I'm hearing like the tent starting to flap. And, you know, it's bucking and bowing.
Ben has been caught out. The winter storms arrived 2 days early.
The wind was just whipping. The biggest concern during it was that the tent was going to get blown away. The wind subsides. I'm kind of lying there, like not really sure, a little bit intimidated by the situation. And then through the silence of the night comes this really faint, distant howl of wolves. There's this pack of wolves, this perhaps hungry pack of wolves in the woods.
The wilderness can turn deadly in a flash. In Kerala, India, 23-year-old trekker has slipped down a steep cliff and found himself caught between a rock and a hard place. Trapped in the narrow crevice without food or water for 2 days, a rescue party is assembled. The Indian Army mountaineering team are sent in. The Navy attempt to reach the man by helicopter, but they can't fly close enough and there's too much downdraft. Eventually, the mountaineering team abseil down. As he is pulled to safety, the relief of the trekker and rescuers is plain to see. In Mexico, daredevil kayakers take the plunge down a small waterfall. The adrenaline is pumping. The last kayaker approaches the edge. He's wedged behind a rock at the base of the waterfall. Friends rush to help, but he's pinned in and struggling for his life. He's just out of reach. Miraculously, he's worked free by his pals.
You okay? Yeah.
The remnants of Hurricane Ida have fueled a brutal rainstorm event across the US Northeast. There's a flood of epic proportions in New York City. In Pittstown, New Jersey, Richard Peake's trapped in his truck as water levels rise.
Come on, buddy.
Richard's friend Wesley is on a rescue mission.
I just drove right out into the water.
It's good to have friends in high places when they tell you. Hey, was this really necessary?
He was quite happy to see me.
If it's going faster over there, I would.
I couldn't get close enough to his truck.
I want you to step out your window. Yeah. On the other side, I'll back in.
We decided that he would go to the passenger side of his pickup truck.
He backs up the other side, and he's trying to get close enough to me so that I can reach him.
I got to the other side of his truck where the water was rushing, probably going 30, 40 miles an hour.
I was trying to get something that I could grab onto because I didn't want him to grab me and us both fall in the river or something.
Elsewhere in New Jersey, police officer Quinlan and an elderly motorist are hanging on for dear life in treacherous waters.
Thank you so much. I'm so nervous. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
I never would imagine that much water could have that much power. I'm a 260-pound, man. It was about to sweep me off my feet with no issue. I held on to her a little bit, trying to, warm her up, just because she was getting a little bit cold.
I'm getting nervous. I can feel the water coming up a little higher.
Yeah, I'm saying it's getting higher.
Yeah. I definitely raced against time because it was still raining, and the water was still rising. I did fear for us a little bit.
You religious woman?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go and pray for us real quick.
More help is on the way, but the water's cold and getting deeper.
This water continued to elevate. Where would we go? What would be the next course of action?
That's me. I'm the elderly woman.
So I could hear dispatch making this a priority call.
Meanwhile, 68-year-old Richard prepares to climb out of his truck, but one slip could be lethal.
I was able to lean out and get a hold of a rail on the side of his tractor.
I'm stronger than you think I am. All right.
And then he grabbed me.
I'm going to hold on to this man, Richard Peak, as tight as I can. I'm not going to let him die.
You're gonna give me this? Holy moly. Okay, come on up. Woohoo!
That's when we started shouting and saying hallelujah and celebrating being alive.
Okay, one lonely farmer done rescued me.
The fire truck had just arrived as he was driving me out.
Richard must abandon his truck in the floodwater until it could be towed out.
You didn't know we was gonna have this kind of fun.
I was relieved that he was there. He was relieved that he was alive.
You know what? That water's rising. Oh, heck, you saw how fast it's going. I see the tree come down through there 40 feet long with the roots and everything. I'm gonna call Honey Babe now and tell her I ain't dead. Wes just saved my life, Honey Babe. Yeah, no. I'm on the way to his house. Just a normal day for OLF, you know?
We lived through it and we got to tell the story, so even though I was soaking wet, I was still pretty happy.
And in the town of Ewing, backup also arrives for Officer Quinlan.
They're coming to you, okay? I'm gonna stay right here.
I responded to an emergency call. Now they're coming to get me because I'm in a situation that I can't get myself out of. Seeing them show up, it was the most overwhelming feeling of relief. They threw a bag across with some rope, and they started bringing their guys across.
You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Take her first.
Yep. You gonna be good here?
Yeah, you're good.
You're gonna come with me.
So they tied off onto that telephone pole.
No!
And they used that to, strap us in.
Come with me.
The elderly woman's guided across the raging water to safety.
I had no choice but to walk across to get to her. She was holding on for dear life.
And they focused on getting me back across.
Are we laying down?
Yeah.
They said, just, you know, hold on, go on your back, you're gonna be fine. You're going under, you're gonna get soaked, and you're gonna get even more wet than you were.
Officer Quinlan heaves himself across the ferocious current.
Copy that, thank you, good job.
The woman's taken to hospital, but she wasn't seriously injured and made a full recovery.
I believe her daughter reached out to us. I did, you know, have a couple emails with her, so it was really nice to hear that she was doing well. She was very thankful for everything.
Hurricane Ida tore through 1,500 miles of the US. The city of New York received 3 inches of rain in 1 hour. And 45 people in the Northeast lost their lives across 4 states. Hurricane Ida delivered an unexpected blow to the Northeast. The catastrophic impact serves as a reminder to respect the power of water.
I know Mother Nature probably better than 99% of people. I was just shocked that she could be so brutal.
Look at this.
And have no mercy on a lot of folks.
The nature of a hurricane is that it can catch you unawares and not leave you time to escape. And if it does, it can be fatal.
Back in the Canadian Arctic, there's a winter storm, and Ben Page is frozen with fear by hungry wolves outside his tent.
Hearing them howling was like pretty deeply terrifying, actually.
Thankfully, the wolves kept their distance, and Ben survives the night.
Woke up the next morning and it was just white. Everything was white.
The storm's early arrival has buried the ice road under deep snow.
All this fresh snow and all this wind-blown snow that had covered the route that I was following meant that I couldn't ride my bike. And all I could do was push the bike.
Ben is trapped in the wilderness, 40 miles from civilization.
It really was like this big seesawing of emotions where I felt really helpless and hopeless.
You do question why I'm doing it. The ups and the downs.
The beauty of being the only person in this entire white landscape can also be daunting and scary because, you know, if anything goes wrong, there's no one there to help you. My feet would just be clomping into the snow and making it very slow and hard work.
I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I want to just... I want to have that wonderful option of just handing in my ticket and saying, right, that's me done. In a place I have no experience, and I've never been. I don't really know where I am.
His only option is to struggle on.
There were these 2 little bobbing lights, or what I thought were 2 little lights coming in the distance. So I wasn't sure if, you know, lack of food or whatever was kind of making me hallucinate a little bit. And as they got closer, I realized that they were 2 snowmobiles. They had been radioed to come and find a lost man.
Hey, yeah, we found the guy at Husky River.
And they knew that this storm had come in, and had come in early. They brought this body sled for me, in case they weren't finding a living person, but a frozen one. And that, I think, was probably the starkest moment.
Rescued from the elements and the wolves, he's safe. But determined to finish his Arctic cycle, Ben forges on through the freezing conditions.
I wanted to reach the end of the continent. The end of the continent was 3 or 4 days bike ride away.
So cold. But this is the last day of cycling. 60 kilometers to go, and then I'll have hit the Arctic Ocean, the Arctic Sea. And I'll be finished.
Finally, his end goal is in sight, reaching the frozen Arctic Ocean.
I was cycling on this big expanse of frozen sea.
It's a rocky road to realizing your dreams, but there is no other road I'd rather be following. Woo! At last, the finish line. What a sight for some very sore eyes.
The 2,000-mile cycle to the hamlet of Tuktoyaktuk is complete.
I've been dreaming of this feeling for so long, ever since I'd concocted the idea.
Despite the experience, Ben continued his solo adventure in more extreme weather, covering 5 continents and 40,000 miles.
Being up in the Arctic, being in that severe cold, gave me a huge appreciation for the dangers of weather. It gave me this deep understanding of what we as humans can cope with and what we can tackle.
In this episode, we have witnessed a best friend saving the day.
Holy moly!
Oh my God! I want out of here!
We've seen what happens when wildfires spiral out of control.
Do not stay. Your house is not going to make it.
We've experienced the dangers of the Arctic wilderness. And next time, there will be more. Because deadly weather stops for no one.